My name is Isla. I am 24 years old. I live in Seattle, Washington. All my life, I believed in love. I believed my wedding night would be the most magical night of my life. I thought it would be full of happiness, laughter, and dreams. But I was wrong. So wrong. I smiled like every bride. I laughed when everyone said, "You look so beautiful." My heart was full of dreams, my mind full of hope. But that night, I lost everything. It was not the beginning of my love story. It was the end of me. My marriage was arranged. He was my father's best friend's son. I had never seen him before the wedding. I never even got the chance to talk to him. Not once. Everything happened so fast. Everyone around me said it was a perfect match. My father trusted his friend and said, "Leo is a good boy. You will have a safe life with him." One evening, his parents visited our home. They spoke softly, smiling, saying, "Your daughter is so gentle. She has a pure heart. She will be a blessing for our son." My parents felt proud that day. We were not a rich family, but our home was always full of love and respect. My parents thought they were giving me the best future. But they were wrong. This marriage did not bring me happiness. It brought me silence, tears, and pain. In just a few days, the wedding was fixed. There was no time to think, no time to feel. Everything was decided for me. The wedding day came. The ceremony was grand. Guests came from far away. There were lights everywhere, flowers on every table, laughter in every corner. It all felt like a dream. I wore a red wedding dress. One of the girls whispered, "You look like a princess." I smiled shyly. My heart was full of hope. I thought this was the beginning of my new life. Leo wore a black suit. He looked handsome, but his face was hard to read. When he looked at me, I could not understand his eyes. Were they kind? Were they cold? I didn't know. When all the guests left, the house became quiet. I sat in the room alone. My hands were cold. I was nervous but happy. It was my first night as a wife. I had dreamed of this night since I was a little girl. I thought it would be soft, gentle, full of love. Then, suddenly, he entered the room. He looked at me and said, "Hello. Congratulations. You look beautiful." I smiled shyly and whispered, "Thank you." But within a few minutes, everything changed. What happened next, I cannot explain in detail. But I can say this: he did not touch me with love or care. It felt like I was not his wife. I was just a body. He did not look at my heart, my soul, my dreams. He only saw my skin. He held me not with love, but with hunger and control. In that moment, I realized he had not married me for love. He only wanted to own me. Before I could speak, he pulled at my clothes. He undressed me like I was not a human being, not a woman with feelings. His eyes had no warmth, only blame, only suspicion. When he was done, he looked at me with cold eyes and said the words that cut my heart into pieces. "You are not pure. You lied to me. Someone else has already touched you." I froze. My heart stopped. I could not believe what I was hearing. I just stared at him. My mouth open, but no words came out. I stood there shaking, still wearing my wedding dress. I felt used, broken, accused of something I never did. How did I go from a happy bride to a woman standing in shame, all in just one night? He looked at me again, sharp and full of anger. "You are not a virgin," he repeated. That was my wedding night. Instead of love, I received blame. Instead of comfort, I received shame. I cried the whole night. I kept asking myself, what did I do wrong? Why is this happening to me? I had grown up in a safe home, a home where no man ever crossed the line. I had been taught respect, values, and kindness. Then why was I being blamed for something I did not do? When morning came, he stood at the door and said, "Tomorrow I don't want to see you here. Pack your things, go back to your home, tell no one." I sat there frozen, my heart beating so hard I thought it would stop. The next morning, with shaking hands, I packed my bag. When I reached my parents' house, my mother cried the moment she saw me. My father stood still, confused, broken. They asked me again and again what happened, but I had no words. I just sat on the floor, holding my wedding dress in my lap, feeling empty. People started talking behind my back. They said I had a secret boyfriend. They said I was unfaithful. He told them those lies. No one asked me for the truth. No one believed my tears. I stayed inside my room for weeks. I did not eat. I did not speak. Months passed, but my pain stayed alive inside me. Then one day, I saw him. He was at the shopping mall, holding hands with another girl. She looked rich, dressed in expensive clothes. When he saw me, he froze. He slowly walked over to me and said, "Isla, I'm sorry." My heart raced. My eyes filled with tears. He continued, "I chose her because she had money. I thought rich girls were better. But they don't love like you did. They don't cry for me like you did." I looked straight at him and said, "You broke me. You left me when I needed you most. You told the world I was dirty. You destroyed my name, my respect, my heart. When I loved you the most, you threw me away." He stood silent. I took a deep breath and said, "You want forgiveness? Ask the girl you are holding now. The girl you broke no longer exists." Then I said the last words I would ever speak to him. "I forgive you. But not for you, for me, because I want peace in my heart. My healing does not need you anymore." I walked away that day. That night, I cried one last time, but those were not tears of pain. They were tears of freedom. After that day, I changed. I became strong. I walked with confidence. One evening, my parents sat with me. My father said softly, "We are proud of you. You did nothing wrong. You were always honest." That day, something inside me healed. Later, his parents came and said sorry to my parents. But it was too late. Now, I use my pain to help other girls. Girls who cry alone, girls who feel broken like I once did. I started a small group. We sit together, we talk, we listen, we heal. I tell them, "You are not weak. You are not the bad names people call you. You are what you believe about yourself. Never stay where you are not respected. Never beg for love. If someone leaves, let them go. Many girls cry when I say this, but then they smile. This is not just my story. This is the story of many women. But I stood up again. I chose myself. Dear parents, please do not rush your daughter's life. Let her meet, talk, and decide. And dear girls, your past does not decide your future. Your pain is not your fault. You are not alone. If this story touched your heart, like, comments, and share it. And don't forget to subscribe for more interesting stories.